By now, most California drivers know that it's illegal to drive and hold a cell phone at the same time. In fact, our cameras rolled above Highway 163 for about 10 minutes recently and only caught this guy. Luckily for him, Sergeant Scott Hill wasn't with us. Sergeant Hill patrols in Santee, and we spent a morning with him during one of the state's zero-tolerance crackdowns on distracted drivers because they're still out there.
I'm looking at this lady next to us, see if she's... Looks like she was on the phone, but I can't say for sure.
It's not always easy to spot drivers using a cell phone, especially when you're driving around in a clearly marked black and white.
The other day I was out, I was working, but I was in a detective car, and in the short 3 to 4 miles I was going, there was 4 people on a cell phone. Now when they see the police car, you see the phones drop like a hot potato out of their hand as quickly as they can.
Still, it doesn't take long for Sergeant Hill to spot what he thinks may be a violator driving past.
Okay, I'm going to try and pull up next to this guy real fast and see if he's still on his phone.
After catching up to the vehicle, he looks inside the truck, notes what the driver is doing. Driver looks over nervously, and...
He's not. He's smoking a cigarette.
A couple of minutes later, though, it's the real thing.
Do you know why I pulled you over?
No.
You can't be on your cell phone.
I was like, I saw you, but I wasn't. It was on my speaker, actually.
Okay, yeah, you can't have it in your hand. It's still not a hands-free device, okay?
And that's something a lot of drivers may not realize. Even if you're using the speakerphone or even an earpiece, if the phone's in your hand, you're getting a ticket.
It's nowadays on a cell phone. The first one's about $160, and the second one, if you get another one, it's like almost $280.
And that's probably why this driver still tries to plead her case.
I was on speaker, though.
I know, but it's in your hand. So you get the hands-free part of it.
Yeah.
It's got to be out of your hand. Have you seen those cradles that they make? You can stick under that. That would work.
Finally, she admits it wasn't the best move.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Also, getting in a car accident is not worth it. I shouldn't have done that at all.
In fact, according to the US Department of Transportation, in 2009, over 5,000 people were killed on US roadways in accidents that were caused by distracted driving. Cell phones are definitely the biggest attention hog, but distracted driving can come in many forms.
Well, here's a good example of distracted driving. He's got newspapers, or he's not newspapers. He's got some paperwork out, and he's flipping through it. We're gonna go ahead and pull him over. Hi. Good, how are you?
This man gets off with a warning since his phone was not in his hand, but another driver isn't so lucky.
You know why I'm stopping you, Michael?
No, sir.
Like many drivers, he mentioned to the officer that he didn't realize that just holding the phone was illegal.
I didn't realize that when I did pick it up, I was dialing with my hand and I wasn't using it as an actual phone. So that's why I asked him that question right after he gave me the ticket. He said, technically, yeah, you can get cited for that. So I know I can't do that either. So.
Do you have any devices, like hands-free devices?
No, but I'm picking one up now.
I'll show you a couple of devices that I use in my patrol car right here. This is a fairly inexpensive, this was about $40. It's a Bluetooth speakerphone, and it's voice activated.
So buy a hands-free device, because if you think you're going to get away with it, they've seen all the tricks.
Slide this phone down very slowly, and like they start to itch, scratch somewhere, to just throw in the phone.
In the County News Center, I'm Dominic Fulgoni.